Steve Thayer joins us now, the co-founder of a company called NextName. Visit nextname.io. Steve, you're on WGN. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. We have talked a lot on this show and other shows about name, image, and likeness, how it's opening up revenue opportunities for current and past college athletes. How are you involved in that space?
So I'm a University of Illinois alumni, and as a loyal alumni, we were trying to figure out how to support our players. The typical NIL deal is hiring a student athlete to endorse your business, which is kind of clunky. It's entering into a contract, having them, paying him money to show up at a tailgate or show up in, an advertisement for your business. And we put our heads together with my son and I and thought there's got to be an easier way to support the players and their NIL efforts. We came up with these NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, things that reside on the blockchain, which is essentially a digital file of the name, image, and likeness of a player. So now you can just go to our website and buy essentially a digital trading card for a player, and the money essentially goes to the player to support that player. Or you can buy a team token, and the money that you buy the team token with is essentially divided among the players who join the platform. So we've come up with what we think is a super easy way to support the players by buying their name, image, and likeness. And I think the schools that get behind, the fans that get behind their players and buy their tokens and support their teams will experience a recruiting benefit because those programs will be supporting athletes, and more athletes will want to come to the programs where you're supporting the athletes. So we're launching with U of I, and the site just went live. The team tokens are up. The player tokens are dropping every day, and it's an exciting time for Illinois athletes.
So say you get the University of Illinois' participation. Do you need to sort of sell this idea to the schools or to the athletes, or can you offer an NFT of them irrespective of their endorsement, if you will?
No, you always need their permission and the legal right to use somebody else's name, image, and likeness. So we've entered into contracts with all the players that have signed up, and we've also entered into a contract with U of I. So a portion of the proceeds of every token go to U of I because we're using their name, image, and logos and trademarks, and a portion goes to the player because we're using their name, image, and likeness.
I suppose then your wish list is Notre Dame, Michigan, Alabama, Duke. Who are you scouting next?
Yeah, you take the top 30 programs and, you put those on the list, and then you look at the state laws in those states, because there are some states that pass laws in a rush to get ahead of the NIL rules and said, we're going to pass a law to encourage NIL, but they included a provision that essentially says the university can't help or support in those efforts. Why they put it in there, I don't know. Illinois did the same thing. They quickly realized that was a mistake. They quickly amended their rule about a month ago so that the U of I can now participate in helping players line up NIL deals. But if you look at the states where they still have that law, you basically put them on the bottom of the list because they're at a competitive disadvantage because they can't help their kids. If they can't help their kids, we can't help their kids.
So does the price of the NFT depend on the popularity of the athlete?
Well, we're not varying the price. We kind of treat all people equal, and we're selling tokens for essentially $25 for a player token, whether you're a women's volleyball player or a men's football player. We think people will step up and support their players either way.
Do you think this is an investment? Will that appreciate? Could I sell it down the road?
It's certainly possible, and you never know, right? You could buy a player his freshman year, and that rookie card, so to speak, could go on to become worth a lot of money, and you could sell it on an open marketplace down the road. We're not pushing that and promoting that. We're not a trading card game that you try to buy low, sell high down the road. We're trying to be a support program for the players and the athletes. So we want most fans to think of it as really as a donation to support their team and their players. And gosh, if it's worth something, that's great. If you want to, take it and put it on your wall in a digital mural, you can, take the images that you've bought and the NFTs you've bought and display them on your wall, just like you put the jersey, the signed autographed jersey or the signed football in the case. You'll just do that digitally now.
One last thing. So $25, well, that's not really going to support a student athlete that much. Is that all the student athlete gets? Would it be one NFT issued per player?
No, it's 5,000 to start with, and imagine there's 5,000 people in a football stadium who all buy an NFT of that player for $25, it starts to add up pretty quick.
Okay, how do I do this?
So jump online and take a look at the players and the teams you want to support. You have to log in and create a digital wallet. That's the the mystery to most people is, what is a digital wallet? What is an NFT? Doesn't really matter. You log in and it'll give you a digital wallet, and then you provide a credit card and buy the NFTs that you want. And now you've got a digital wallet loaded with your NFTs.
NextName.io. NextName.io is where you go.